Of course. Listen, the problem in sports is never paying the best like they're the best. The problem in sports is paying the average or above average like they're close to the best, and that is in the NFL, in the NBA, any sport with a salary cap. You do a cross-sport comparison. The Lakers are about to offer Anthony Davis close to $250 million. It will be money well spent. The bad contract for the Lakers was the $64 million they gave Mozgov or the $72 million they gave Deng years ago, because you were paying as if you were getting greatness for mediocrity. In the NFL, we live in a world where Ryan Tannehill gets $30 million per season on a brand new deal that was just signed. So you can't look at any of these contracts like $40 million. You say, is Patrick Mahomes worth one Pro Bowl level player, because that's what you could get for $10 million, the spread, more than Ryan Tannehill? Is he worth one near Pro Bowl level player more than Kirk Cousins, who just signed a new deal for $33 million per year? And the answer to that is unequivocally, absolutely, obviously yes. And I'll add one other point, Wildes, because the Chiefs have an excellent GM in Brett Veach, and because they are not waiting on this, they have an excellent opportunity to be able to give him a contract that sounds unbelievable, but actually doesn't kill him. Say they gave him 5 years, $45 million per year. That'd be $225 million. But he's already under contract for the next 2 years at $27 million total. So that what that would end up being is 7 years, $252 million. That would be $36 million per year. That's a bargain. So you could sign him today to 5 years, $225 million, and it's a bargain because you already have the years going into the final 2 years of his deal, I should say. So no, there's no number where he's not going to be worth it, Wildes.
Yeah, I agree, Nick, but for that 5 years, 225, if I was Patrick Mahomes' team, I would turn it down. I think Florio made a great point in his article when he talks about a deal unlike any other, that Mahomes should actually get a percentage of the cap. That's the only deal I think he should sign. There's so much money coming down the pipe, 2022, when all these TV deals happen, he has to sign a percentage of the deal. Here's KD Drummond, who's been great on this stuff. He writes a lot about Dak for the Cowboys, but he's also great in the cap. The last TV deal signed in December 2011 for $27 billion was done less than 6 months after the current CBA. It was a 60% increase from the previous agreement. Similar growth, he goes on to say, would put the next deal at around $43.2 billion. And that's without the 16 regular season games, 17-game season, and 2 additional postseason contests at least. Add some international games that I think they're going to break out into a new package. More money's coming, more money, more money. And I know everyone's going to say, you got to do a rookie deal. You can't have the quarterback eat up the cap. Well, if it's just a percentage of the cap, it's locked in. You can build your team. Here are some guys that have been successful. It doesn't all need to be on rookie deals. Brady won, Favre won, Eli won, Peyton won, Steve Young won. I think Jerry Rice had a ton of money in that deal too. So, Coach, if I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'm not signing any number. I'm just signing a percentage.
Well, just to respond to a couple things, the list that you showed, there's only one quarterback that's won multiple Super Bowls when you've been over that percentage, that 10% mark, and it's hard to do. And when you look at Kansas City's cap, they're near the bottom of the league in terms of salary cap expenditures right now. You've got other players that are coming up, like Travis Kelce is in the second last year of his deal. And this idea, Nick, that you're going to play out the final 2 years of the contract before his new money kicks in, that's not how it works. He's going to want his money now, and it's not going to – they look at New Year's new money, and those final 2 years of his deal aren't necessarily going to weigh into this deal. The new money is going to hit now as opposed to being pushed off. So you've got to do a great job after you invest this type of money into a player with the way that you draft and then managing the rest of the team. People don't want to take a discount, especially when the quarterback is getting paid that amount of money. But unfortunately, the salary cap is finite. You can't just spend uncontrollably, and people lose sight of that. And it's an equalizer. And how you manage it and how you manage the draft is going to determine the success, because he hasn't become a better player. He's just become a more expensive player.
Well, speaking of whether he'd become a better player, Nick, put what Mahomes has done maybe into a little bit of perspective. What would his second Super Bowl this year do to his legacy?
Oh, second Super Bowl. Well, Coach, this is a great one for you because right now, Patrick Mahomes, having started 2 years in the NFL, here's what he's done. He's won a Super Bowl MVP. He's won a league MVP. He's had a top 5 all-time quarterback season. He's quarterbacked a top 3 all-time scoring offense. He has the highest winning percentage of any quarterback ever. Barely nipped your guy Tom Brady by just percentage points. He has the second most career playoff double-digit comebacks of any quarterback ever, only behind Tom Brady. He's got the highest passer rating ever and the second best touchdown interception ratio ever. So, if they were to win another Super Bowl in short order, like if they were to win it this year, as they're the Vegas favorites, I have this quarterback pyramid, if you will. This is post-merger, so we don't have to worry about Johnny Unitas and Otto Graham. That's not it, but we'll show it to you in a moment. The quarterback pyramid of the best, there we go. Those are the best 8 quarterbacks of the last 50 years. Coach, I know you said to me when he had played 5 games, I was ready to put him in the Hall of Fame, and I wasn't yet. But if they win the Super Bowl this year, and he's already done all those things, and he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, I think that pyramid looks like this pyramid. I think he joins Rodgers, Brees, Favre, and Marino as one of the 10 best quarterbacks of the modern NFL era, and that's with respect to Kurt Warner, Steve Young, Roger Staubach, guys who didn't make the pyramid. I know that you're not giving the Chiefs next year's Super Bowl, and you shouldn't. If they win it, would you even be okay with a pyramid like that?
It would be hard to argue how good he is if he has the same type of impact this coming year as he's had in the past. And the things that he's done has been incredibly impressive. The way that he's been able to rally the team has been impressive. So I'm taking none of that away from him. And I know we're doing a lot of ifs. It is going to be really interesting to see how he deals with success and how this team in general deals with success. And you give me a hard time about saying wait and see, but I do think these are all tests of greatness. And dealing with adversity is one level of greatness, and then dealing with success is another level of greatness. So if he's able to perform the way that he has and lead the team the way that he has, I would be comfortable talking about him in that layer.
Wow. Yes! It took 2 years.
It's a win, Nick.
Coach.
You got to win.
I'm so happy right now, Wildes.
Wildes,
I'm so happy at what just happened here. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry, but I'm
can't believe it.
I'm over the moon.
No, I mean, we're if they win again. I mean, teams really haven't been in the pattern of repeating. But if, like you love to do, then maybe I'll be comfortable talking about that.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.